Hi everyone, welcome. We're going to start in just a second. I'm going to give you guys a minute to mosey on over here. So today it's just going to be my board, not my face, so you're not missing out on anything. And why did I press all those buttons? There we go. I'm Heather Powers from Humblebeads, and today is my coffee break, and I don't have a lot of new things, so what I'm going to do today is show you guys two really quick and easy projects. So if you're here, say hello. I would love to hear from you guys before I get started. And last week I had these kits available and those have shipped out, and so I'm going to show you guys how to put those together really quick. It's super quick and easy project, and then I have them in a second color that will be on the website this afternoon. And so that's what we're going to start with. And then I have a pendant that I'm going to show you guys. Oh, I forgot my microphone. Any of that? I don't know. So, hello Rosalinda and Julie. Nice to have you guys here. Excuse my little bit of scrunching with the microphone, guys. All right. So this is the project we're going to do. I'm going to do this one and a pendant, and we're just going to jump in and get started and say hello, guys. I love to hear from you. Hi, Marlene and Susan. Nice to have you guys here. So let's get to the desk. Got all sorts of little goodies. So these are the earrings we're going to make. I've been wearing them all week. I love them to pieces. And so this is the kit that went out last week, and now we have a blue version. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it with the blue set here, and we'll have these on the website right after the video. Hi Barbara, nice to have you here. Okay, grabbing all my tools real quick. Hi Shelly and Bonnie from Arizona. Sure you got some sunshine to share with us. Although it's a gray cloudy day here today, and I love it. Love it so much. Okay, we're going to start with our two charms, and so these are my new leaf charms that I started selling I think maybe 2 weeks ago, and so these have been super popular, and I have them in this gray blue, a purple, and a copper, and these are just so pretty for fall earrings. So that's what we're going to start with. I have 3 little check glass flowers, 14.25 millimeter jump rings. Then I have 2 rope jump rings and 2 plain jump rings that are 6 millimeter, 5x7 rondelles, 6 little head pins, ear wires, and some 20 gauge bronze wire from Parawire. So one of my favorite wires to use, matches all the brass findings for vintage. And so I'm going to start by putting the little rondelles on the wire. I'm going to make a wrapped loop first. Oh, Nancy, yes, it is cold in Michigan, isn't it? And it feels delightful. I'm in like the coziest gray shirt today, and there's a sweater close by if I need it. And I've been drinking tea, and it's just all the things you love about fall. So I'm going to wrap around tightly 2 times, as I do, and then 1 or 2 times on top of that. Looks like I'm just going to go around once, trim off the end, close it up. Can't believe next weekend's Halloween already. Do you guys get dressed up? Have you outgrown that? I don't think you can ever outgrow that. It's my birthday's my sister's birthday next weekend, and so I am throwing her a little family Halloween party, and we're dressing up. I'm so excited about this. All right, and I'm going to do a loop on the top here, round nose pliers, and then my chain nose pliers. Ooh, Barbara, warm cider. That sounds so perfect That's what I would like to have tonight. My favorite fall beverage, adult beverage, is apple cider with a little rum heated up, and then a cinnamon stick grated over the top of it for some cinnamon. So yummy. Okay, got that done. I'm going to cut off the end here. Close this guy up. All right. Oh, and I did this wrong. Well, not wrong, but what I need is I need the bottom one to be going front to back, and the top one will be going left to right, so that all my pieces fit on here properly. So I'm just gonna turn that guy. The wire's pretty soft. It's copper wire that's been antiqued. Oop, and I did that wrong. So I want to make sure that you can see the little backs, those little parts that we cut off are on the back here, and you want those to both be on the back. And so you have just the smooth, no cuts on the front. Oh, Pamela, you get to have parade and a pie. Yum! That sounds like a super fun way to celebrate. We live downtown, and so I always hope to have trick-or-treaters, but we're not on one of the main roads, so we don't get very many of them. Okay, so this is the 6mm wire. I'm going to open that up and slip on my, not wire, jump ring. Slip on my charm and close it. Okay, now I got that guy. And I'm going to open this up. And stick on my big, or not my big, but my leaf. I love making earrings because you can get something done in just a few minutes. It's a fantastic feeling. Okay, I want to make sure that those two ends really are nice and tight. Alright. I don't like the way that went. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna close this up. And then open up my jump ring on my charm and put it on, because I want that to be closed really nicely. I kind of bent it out of shape. There we go. We just want the seam to kind of disappear. Dina, these, great question. The leaves are polymer clay. Thanks for asking. So, eating lots of candy. Susan, that sounds really, really good. I think that totally counts as celebrating Halloween. All right. So I just added the little leaf onto the big jump ring, and then that helps me have my seam just a little bit smoother. And now I'm going to take these little guys and stick them on jump rings. And I'm only going to make one earring on camera, and then I'll take a picture after I'm done with the other one and post it on the Facebook page. But if you guys see me make one, you definitely know how to make the other one. Okay, and you can use just your round nose pliers if you don't have this little magic tool, but this is the vintage one-step looper, And so I'm just gonna, I might have went too far. Have to redo that. I don't have my hand taped up today, and I can definitely feel it as I turn and twist here to get under the camera. Okay, so you just press it, and it gives you a nice little loop that's ready to go. They're all the same size. It's easier on your hand than regular pliers. And this one's from Vintage, but Beadsmith also makes them too. Okay. And now I'm just going to make sure my little loops are closed nice and tightly. Ooh. Okay. The rope jump ring. Elise, let me see. Your question is, I've been watching these live tutorials, and would you say to make the kinds of things that you have demonstrated is best to join a club membership monthly to have what we need to make the yummy stuff shown? I offer kits, but not in huge amounts, and so it is on my to-do list to start offering one monthly kit where you guys can do one project at the end of the month. I'm not going to have it for this month because we're doing the Great Bead Extravaganza, but let me know. Would you guys be interested in a monthly subscription kit? Leave a comment here. Would you like to see? Okay, so I'm going to take my jump ring, put it on the bottom here. Oh, darn it. Okay. I'm going to have to open up that big jump ring again, even though I don't want to, but that's okay. I'm going to slip on my 3 little flowers here. Close this up. So it would have actually been better to do this whole little thing first, all together, and then do this part second, so that I only have to open or close this once. Okay, now I'm going to put this on behind the jump ring, and I might have to redo this because it's Friday and my brain's not all here. Yep, I'm gonna have to redo that. Darn it. So you want the bottom jump ring, the bottom loop, to be bigger than the top because you have to fit it through the slightly thick jump ring. You guys don't mind me making a little mistake here and there. Yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in a subscription kit, and we could do the last Bead Table Wednesday of every month for those of you that subscribe to the subscription kit. And, okay, so I'm going to do the bottom one bigger so that I can get all of that stuff through there. And tightly 2 times, and then 1 time on top, making sure that end is going to go towards the back and not the front. Stick my bead on. I am so glad you guys can learn from my mistakes, because I sure do love making them. Or you would think. Oh well, there's more than one way to bake a biscuit, I guess. Right? So I don't know what the point of that was, but it's okay. Okay, closing that up. Now I'm going to reattach these little guys on the bottom of the bigger loop on the bottom. So this is my bigger loop that's on the bottom. I'm going to throw my little guys on there. Yeah, this is a really easy project as long as you don't overcomplicate it and do it wrong like me. Okay, now I want to close that up nice and tight. Didn't quite get there. There we go. Okay. So you have your 3 little flowers inside there. And then I'm going to, I just want to make sure I did that right. Yeah. Yeah, I was just laying funny. There we go. Got my 3 flowers, and then you just simply add your ear wire on the top, and you are done. Make sure you put it going the right way. Always helpful. Okay, and here I'm twisting that around because I see my little cut part was towards the front, and that is definitely on my no-go list. Okay, so let's walk through this again. So make the top part first, add on the little tiny charms, add your jump ring, open up this jump ring and add that little guy on, and while this is open, you're going to slide it onto the bottom. And this can go in the front or the back. I'll put it in the front. There we go, just like that. So hopefully that is a little easier on you guys. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do, any questions about this? Hopefully that was a little bit, it'll go a little easier after you watch the video and see how it goes. So you're going to do the rondelle first, then add your little guys onto your jump ring, add the jump ring onto the bottom, then you're going to add this jump ring onto your leaf, and then open your big jump ring, add on your leaf, and add it onto the back of the loop here, and then close up your jump ring. So much easier when you don't make all those mistakes, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for, to entertain you guys, right? All right, now my next project is going to be a little pendant. Ooh, my little cat has jumped up here. Hopefully she doesn't get too curious. Okay, my pendant that I have is going to be a little autumn raven. I have these new pieces that I'm going to be adding to the website today, and they're little hexagon, I don't know what you call them, pendants? That's what I'm going to call it. And I have this little collection of fun things to put on the bottom. Ooh, these are going to be on the website that are new. These are 5x3 millimeter faceted rondelles, and they're clear in the center and copper on the ends. Isn't that cool? I'm in love with these. And so, yeah, those little guys. So I'm going to do those little guys on some wax linen. I'm going to finish the whole necklace on some leather. And I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. So I'm going to add my 3 beads onto 2-inch head pins, and I'm using ball head pins, but you can use regular head pins too. And I'm going to add this little flower, and I'm going to do wrapped loops on all of these little head pins. So I'm just going to do these really quickly. Make a little loop, and you're going to close it up. Oh, thanks guys. I'm glad you love the leaves. And the leaves, they're in 3 different colors. We got the purple, the blue-gray, and the orange. And I will have the blue kit listed today after the video. Well, we'll say at 4 o'clock by the time I get everything ready. All right. And this is a spindle, is what these ones are called. And so this is check glass bead, and I have these in lots of different colors. And actually we just showed a really fun bracelet project on Wednesday with them. So here's a another way to use these little guys. And then a check glass maple leaf. Give me all the leaves. Oh, I love designing with leaves and flowers. This time of year, leaves, 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 and more leaves. That makes me happy. And so I'm wrapping twice tight, nice and tight, and then on top, just going around several times to make that messy wrap. I'm gonna end that there, and then you want to just pinch in that little bit of wire that's sticking out so it doesn't scratch your clothes. Okay, now to start on the pendant, I'm going to take, this is about 8 inches of 2-ply wax linen, and I'm going to do a lark's head knot here. So you make a loop and then pull your 2 ends through on the other side. Just wanted to make sure there's not a front and back to these pendants. They look the same on both sides, so that's good. Okay, now I'm going to trim my ends to make sure they're the same length, and I'm going to just twist these little guys together and slide both strands through the bead, and then I'm going to tie a knot at the end, and I'm going to do this 6 or 7 times. We'll see how long it is by the time I get to the end here. So I'm going to do this nice and quickly. And oh my gosh, I just love these little rondelles. It's like the color of pure copper, and they're so pretty. And I'm using the 2-ply wax linen in a rust color is the name of this color. And we have 2-ply and 4-ply wax linen on the website, so make sure if you order it that you're ordering the 2-ply, and it will show right on the picture. It says right across it 2-ply, so that's how you know you've got the right one. Okay, I got a pair of non-sharp scissors. That's what the problem is. There are no sacred scissors in my house, like sewing scissors. All the scissors just get used for everything by everyone. I envy those houses that have the special scissors that are nice and sharp and at the ready every time. But that's not the way it goes over here. And this works up really quickly. And I'm going to compare it to the oak leaf to decide if I want it to be one more bead longer or if I like the length of it. I kind of want this to be a little bit shorter than the oak leaf pendant, so that the oak leaf is the center of attention here. Oh, you see how my two little strands didn't stay together, so I'm going to just open that back up and retie it, because you want those strands to stay together. Okay, so let's see where it's at. Yeah, I like that length, so I'm going to push him over here, and I'm going to leave about, maybe a ½ inch or more for his little tail. And now we're just going to add all of these things on the bottom with the rope jump rings. And Angela, in your house, butter knives get used as screwdrivers? Yes. Okay. I'm going to close that nice and tight. And I'm actually going to add the little bead dangles on with the rope jump rings too. Your mom used to say, moms don't touch on her scissors. I know, I've seen some memes about how life and death seriousness it is with the good scissors. We've bought scissors with the intention of them being the good scissors, and somehow they just end up in the rotation anyways. And I don't know why, but in our house, scissors just like grow legs and get up and walk away all the time. Does that happen in your house? Scissors and ink pens. I know there's like a collection of 1 million of them somewhere, and but where? I don't know. Okay, I think it might be easier to put it on the pendant first, slip on your bead, and then close it up. So what's your guys' favorite Halloween movie to watch, since this is a good rainy weekend to watch a movie? I don't like gory movies. I like scary movies, but not gory. And I like goofy Halloween movies, like Practical Magic. That's one of my favorite ones. And I'm pretty sure this is the weekend to watch that. Okay, adding more. Oh, Ellen, I might have just gone quiet for a second. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Okay. It is easier to stick the jump ring on and then put the charm on and close it up. And I kind of just want to move around a little. That's okay. Just get it to where it's comfortable for you to close these. And then they'll just slide back down. And these are little berry leaf charms that I have in a few different colors on the website. And now my little leaf on this side. I love doing pendants where you have a little cluster of goodies at the bottom. It's a fun way to use up little odds and ends that you have in your studio or bead table or your bead box, wherever you have your supplies at. Oh, Hocus Pocus, Beetlejuice. Oh yeah, I always forget about Beetlejuice. Susan said she bought a toolbox with a combination to keep her good stuff in there. That's a good idea. Okay. Oh, guys, it's so autumny. I love it. Autumnal, not autumny. Yes. Okay. Now this little guy, I'm going to add him with a jump ring onto the top here, hanging down in between, because I think it's just adding for a little bit of jazz in the middle there. So here we go. I might have to open this up a little bit wider because that soldered link is a little bit thicker than the rest of the pendant. And I'm going to stick it in there. Oh, you know what? This one's too small. Let me get a bigger. This is an 8mm jump ring. Oh, I think I had that pulled out anyways. That was the plan all along, I promise. The Addams Family. Oh, yes, that's a good one. Oh, okay, Ellen. Yeah, using the closed caption is a good idea. You can also, you might want to just watch it on the replay if you're having trouble with your internet connection. Okay. Let me get this on here and hold it a little steadier. Okay. Alrighty, and so we have that little flower in the middle there. And now I'm going to do my little raven. This is 18 gauge copper wire that's been antiqued. And I'm going to do a loop. And I'm going to actually open this loop and slip on my link of the pendant here, making sure everything's going to be facing forward. I'm going to close up that loop, and then I'm going to do 2 tight wraps and then a few of the messy wraps on top, making sure my wire ends at the back. And again, just gonna tuck in that little tail, pinch it nice and tight so it's not gonna scratch on anything. Okay. Now I like to grab this with my chain nose pliers and pinch it so it lays a little bit flatter. I'm gonna slide on my raven. Oh. Just gonna pinch it so my little raven sits on there a little flatter. Okay, liking that. Now I'm going to do a loop at the top. And I'm going to do my loop at the top going left to right. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Actually, I think I'm going to grab a pen and do my loop around the pen. And this will give me a nice big loop to play with here. Okay, I like that. And then I'm going to wrap 2 times nice and tightly. And then maybe just once more on the top. Yeah. And you can leave this as is. I'm gonna pull out my ball peen hammer and my bench block and give it a little tiny whack. Hammering this is going to make this work hardened so that this will be a little bit stronger. And it also happens to look nice. And so this is the ball peen hammer. Yours may look differently than this. Anything that has the flat end on that side will work. Not a hammer from the toolbox though, like a hardware hammer. It needs to be a jewelry hammer. Okay, now last thing I'm going to do, I have 36 inches of leather here, and this is 1.5 millimeter, and I'm going to take this leather and put a loop through the back. I'm going to flatten it out, and I'm going to take this left hand side and I'm going to take the end and poke it up through the right hand loop here, and then I'm going to take the right hand cord and stick it through the left side loop. Then I'm going to pull these down nice and evenly and nice and tight. And this is called a cat's paw knot. And it does a little cool crossover. And it wears nicely too. Okay, so that's my cat's paw knot. At the ends, I'm going to do, and maybe you already know how to do this, and so you know what I'm going to do. If not, this is an adjustable knot, and I have about 8 inches of the the leather overlapping. Then I'm going to take this side, and I have about 3 inches of a tail here, and I've made a loop, and I'm going to wrap this cord around the loop and the other piece of leather, and I'm going to wrap it around 3 or 4 times and then stick it up into my loop, and I'm going to pull this end and then push down on the knot, and that will give me a nice little knot. And I'm just going to trim off the end. Repeat on the other side. And so you make a loop, then you take this end and wrap it down towards the loop around this cord and the loop together. And you want to do it the same amount of times that you did on the other side. Stick this through your loop, the little end, and you're going to pull on the end and push down on your knot to tighten it. Okay, I'm going to cut off the end, the extra leather here. And now to open it, make it longer, you're going to pull on the side of the leather. To make it shorter, you pull on the knots, and that's how you have an adjustable knot necklace. And so that's that guy. I don't know what the name of this knot is called. If anyone else knows, a barrel knot, Mary Kay says, probably, maybe, I'm not sure. It looks like a barrel knot. I just know how to do it. I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry, guys. So that's this necklace. Super cute, super simple. I will have this on the website at 4 o'clock, yeah. And then the blue earrings also. And then we will also have this little guy. I don't know if you guys saw him on my Facebook page yesterday. So we have the branch house in a new autumn colorway, and so I added some more of those onto the website. And then we have the leaves. I will have these little guys on the website, new, and the little berry leaves in copper, these etched pieces. Now I like to do a little free gift on Fridays, and so today only, your free gift with any order of $50 or more, you will get a strand of pink flowers. So very pretty pink. If you have anyone who loves pink in your family, make some little earrings or use these on a necklace. They're a great metallic pink color, so not like Barbie pink. They have a metallic shine to them that are really cool. And so you'll get a whole strand of these with any order of $50 or more today only. So great little incentive to add a few little things. Of course, we do ship orders together. If you order within a day or two, if we haven't shipped out your first order, we'll combine them and save you on some shipping. Every time I create something, guys, this is what my desk looks like. Always such a mess. How about you? All right, guys, that is it for today. I'll go back and read your comments later and answer any questions that you may have had. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, you can find the beads and kits at humblebeads.com, and I will be updating the website at 4 o'clock. So in just 15 minutes, so I better hurry and go get that done. All right, you guys, take care. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you on Wednesday for Bead Table Wednesday. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Oh, Amanda, we do ship to Canada. We ship to the UK also, you guys. Right now, though, we can't ship to New Zealand or Australia because they're not accepting, or the US isn't shipping over there right now. Anywhere else we can ship to. Oh, Teresa, that is such a fantastic thing. I didn't even think about that. Pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Anyone you know who has struggled with that, you could make something that for them out of these, and that would be a great way to give them a little pick-me-up. All right, guys, that's it. You have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. And again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will answer them in just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go get those added to the website, and they'll be up in about 15 minutes.